Hey guys, I used to be one of those parents that didn't like the word disability. Like, autism is not a disability. But as Darius got older, autism is a disability. Medically, on paper, it's a disability. Let me get a seat. So, autism is a disability, and a lot of people don't like to say it, but as I got older and he got older, well, I got to do with it. As he got older, he does have a disability, and when you are applying for services, because you do have to apply for things, guardianship, social security, these things, so he can get services, after 18 and after 21 when he's out of school. So it's a whole process that parents have to go through, and a lot of people don't understand the process. So when your child turns 18, you got to get guardianship. And a lot of parents say, why do I need guardianship? I'm the parent. Your child's an adult. And when you take them out in public, people going to need these documents to say that you are the guardian, because they're going to see a grown man that's 40. Like, what? But he's autistic. It doesn't matter. He still is a legal adult. So you need to get guardianship so you can take him to the doctor, fill out important papers, make sure no one is trying to trick him into illegal activities and stuff. So you're the guardian. So after that, you have to do like different assessments, and each state is different. In New Jersey, we do the NJ-CAT. So that assessment tells us, how much money he's going to get to stay in school and for services. It's not just to give us money, it's not for the parents, it's for continued services, because what is he going to do when he get out of school? So we have to decide on that. So there's a whole process that you have to go through. You go through the assessment. So on paper, he has a disability. So it's just like, he has a disability. Autism is a disability, because if it's not, then you won't need these services. And according to these states and the federal government, to the fifth power, your child has a disability. And if you want these services, you better go along with what we say, because if not, prime example, so when you are filing for social security, because a lot of people think once you have a kid with autism, you get social security. No, it's income based. And a lot of parents don't get it because it's income based. But some parents do need help, and it's all good, baby. We pay enough taxes and stuff for everybody in the United States, so why not? So anyway, it's income based. So, when you applying at 18, it's a process, and they ask a lot of questions, and this is where it get tricky, and a lot of people get denied, because when you read the question, because you thinking, well, my child is autistic, but it's not a disability. He has a different ability. But when you start asking those questions and you answering like he has a different ability, you are not going to get approved. And it's true, because your child does have a disability. Autism is a disability. And when you are answering those questions, so like example, can Darius cook his own food? No, Darius cannot cook his own food. But a lot of kids can cook their own food. Even kids with profound autism can cook their own food. But can they cook their own food if you leave the house? Do you have to watch them? So the thing is, that's the key word. We have to supervise. We have to supervise. If you have to supervise someone night and day, they have a disability. We want to say our kids can do this. They have a different ability. They are great at this. But can they do these things when we leave the house? Can Darius get up, get himself ready for school, brush his teeth, here in a routine, and go outside and catch his bus? No, he cannot do that by himself. I have to guide him every step of the way, and that's the thing. Autism is a disability. because he cannot do all these things. Does he have a different ability? I guess he does have some different abilities. We all have had different abilities, but he has a disability. Someone has to guide him every step of the way. And we have to start being comfortable. No one is comfortable with the words out there. Every word everybody is upset with. But at the end of the day, Darius needs help. He has a disability. And I have to go through the steps to get him what he needs. If they say he has a disability, I'm going with it, because I'm not going to fight the system for something that I know he needs. Autism is a disability, because he cannot do this alone. Is he disabled? There's different types of disabilities. He's not in a wheelchair. He can walk. He can, do a lot of things, but he cannot do certain things that makes him autistic and makes him disabled, if you will. And we have to stop hanging on to these words like they are bad, because they're the truth and they reality. And what other words you're going to use? Because according to, the state and the federal government, your child has a disability on paper. And if you want this services, he has a disability. You want to go against it and say he doesn't have a disability, then you're not going to get help. Be you and be great. One.